brothers and sisters, and friends, and I see some enemies. In fact, I think we'd be fooling ourselves if we had an audience this large and didn't realize that there were some enemies present.
I'm a weapon that fires lyrical projectiles with no mercy. I'm cold-blooded like reptiles. Touch a pregnant bitch and make her give birth to a dead child. Every time I flex styles, niggas vacate the premises and become exiles. I manufacture rhymes like textiles of X-Files. Enlightened juveniles, living life with no purpose. Organize an army that'll make the devils nervous. Competition is worthless, like the electoral vote. If you provoke, I'll break your motherfucking neck in the yoke. You're better off throwing your shitty life away sniffing coke. Technique will choke you into a spiritual state, and it would take a lake of hydrochloric acid to soften this. I'll fake your parents' suicide and kill you in the orphanage, but I inspire ideological metamorphosis. Stop talking shit or I'll make your existence a memory, so you could have me frozen cryogenically for centuries. But I'll break the ice if anyone on the planet mentions me. I'll burn a hypocritical flag intentionally. Explosive revolutionary chemistry's my destiny. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. When I fight you, I won't snipe you. I'll use an HIV-infected needle to strike you, as well as anyone that vaguely resembles or looks like you. And just to spite you, I'll force your children at gunpoint to bite you and rip a piece off to start the beef off for the rest of your petty limited life. I'm coming at you to catch you by surprise in the sight. Nobody's stupid enough to back you when I tactically attack you, because my style is nasty like protruding bone fractures, and you're a played out dirty pussy devil like Margaret Thatcher. But technique never get captured inside the rapture, cause I master the art of causing natural disasters. You should learn the difference in between the students and the master. My stature is the dispatcher of damaging decibels, and even though my starving people are considered expendable, I consecutively escape the racist corporate tentacles. I spit raw kinetic energy that's immeasurable. Retaliation for perpetration is unendable. Mercy is not extendable. I'll break your fucking brain down into psychological chemicals. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. No mercy is what I chemically bomb on enemies. Your life's a fucking mistake. Technique is the remedy. Destroy you before you become what you intended to be. And in the future you'll worship those that descended from me. So you the motherfucker they call Immortal Technique. What the fuck make you so special, nigga? Huh? The fuck do you do? I calculate planet alignment like Mayan astronomy, discovering atrocities worse than Aristotle, subjecting children to sodomy. Your theory of the galaxy is primitive like Ptolemy. The truth about the universe dug up like Aztec pottery. Unpredictable results like experimental psychology. I stomp the streets with MCs beneath my feet in colonies, but presentation and spirit revolve around autonomy, searching for monogamy and cutting fake bitches out of my mind like a lobotomy. So obviously I'm not gonna be here to play games, walk the top of the world and leave the Arctic Circle in flames, battle the beast and false prophet depicted in the King James. I give a fuck about your MC name, I don't admire you. Only by dental records will you be identifiable, cause the future is not reliable. Remember when rap was not economically viable, comparable to what motherfuckers think of me. I might be nobody, but wait till I'm together like a symphony, resounding sound that will continue infinitely. Angel of death punishing all those who live in infamy and shine so far away from you, you'll never get a glimpse of me. Attempts to extinguish me don't even bother me none. Like retarded kids throwing ice cubes at the sun. A victory against Immortal Technique will never be done. Just degrees of losing, and every second you're adding one. Some niggas dream of pushing kilos, but I drop tons of more facts, formulas, and philosophical logic than a basement full of scientists puffing on chronic. Dip the mic in potassium cyanide and liquid bubonic and use it as a sonic wand to find the spawn of the demonic. Screaming like onyx is of absolutely no consequence. The poison is dense enough to clog up your arteries. Mercy is not a part of me. I cause you bodily injury permanently because simply verbally murdering me is inconceivable because of the unbelievable evil injected inside the bloodstream of my people. And redemption is not located under a church steeple. The feeble and the meek and soldiers like the technique will inherit the earth, but the earth will be weak. Mother Earth and her decrepit terminal illness physique. The year 3000 is bleak, no happily ever after, just death following the Fourth Reich disaster. A legacy of bastards with plastic explosives. Your future's been eroded cause you forgot that when you're free it's multiplied indefinitely by the struggle that be the struggle I see. To socialistically unite the third world countries, expose hypocrisy in America's democracy. Sloppily obsessed with stopping me cause I speak prophecy. Trample and dismantle your capitalist philosophy the same way I stomped the conquering rap monopoly. And I'm not a fucking prophet, but that's the fucking prophecy.
Yo, however do you want, however do you need P. Mama, bring it back to life, back to reality. You walk a fine line playing with mine, the greatest story ever told in rhyme. We climax in 95 with them raw raps, it's not the skin, all y'all cats alive. Take your time, don't rush the clock. Infamous rock for good years past like my thumbs on lock, holding the cot down slow. But assuredly, spoon feeding these starving ass heads, catch shakes fiendishly. Eyeballing this, word destroying this, probably recording this. Of course, kids keeping their sights upon this exclusiveness, like some new type of kicks. They got those things, Vic, walking past the wrong man in my clique. You get charged with intent to kick that boost. Welcome to the legend, this host.
Yo, we the men for the operation, you know the MO. BB's, warrior style, rare species. Catch us on your block or on your widescreen TVs. From Jones Beach to overseas, from over there, it's right back to the beats. Longevity and all the great grand CZ.
Yo, for my Cuban C duns, it's so real, we hold it down. You bust yours, we bust ours, and stay on the firm ground. Past the Dutchie while I handle the handy thinking. It never catch me sleeping, stay on top of this properly. I know they watching me, if not, they're probably waiting for a downfall. Scheming on my property, we got the remedy. Let them get a little ghost, let them smell the tree smoke. Hit them with a blow and let nobody know it's snakes in the grass. You gotta watch where you moving, son. Shots get low, don't ever run with the crowd, son. Stick and move, you hear me? And that's the way we rockin'. The only way to live if you really think about it. Every move is humble with precision. Careful thought decisions, and my whole clique see the same vision. 41st till I delete the part. Till then, I'll be somewhere getting bent up in a den, sipping gin. Why you shook cat, just pretend to be something that you're not, and that's not good, my friend. On the personal, I ain't even feeling you cats. Don't even acknowledge the fact that your weak raps bust caps at. On the reg, laugh at, son, you know we past that. Get them out of here, cause you can have that.
4 pounds. Stumbled off grounds, fire off many a rounds. I heard return fire 3% of the times. Your dogs is wives, acting like girls, get feminine when handling guns. You can run and take the window, son, or feel it's hot one. We rip all stripes, done, without a fight stump. We keep the house dope like Pop Vinnies. We twist and pop Henny, getting wet on the daily. And pins get Jimmy turning max fully. Now they banded, caught red-handed, and got remanded. Fought a 1 to 3 for VOP and NCCV. It sent me on a hug tour state facilities. What could I do but sneak burn a tree? or a tobacco leaf and wait until my time serve and get released. Cool, back on the streets I seen some old drama. I still hold heat to send your ass straight to trauma. These kids started grinning like they ready and willing. I gave them exactly no time to switch feelings. Pulled out, told my man look out, commenced the warfare and rock these to sleep like this here. 72 like as if I was back on the tip. I was up thinking how I'ma tear their ass up out the basket. Belligerent glass heads, I'm bashing. No knowledge of the man or his action. Well, class now is incessant. Soldier boy, today's aim is never show your heat and don't flame it. You playing life with a man who lives by the sword and dies naturally against all karma and laws. What? Speed on to get peed on.
Yo, we the man for the operation. You know the MO, BB's, warrior style, rare species. Catch us on your block or on your widescreen TVs. From Jones Beach to overseas, from over there, it's right back to the beats. Longevity's all a great grand CZ.
Understand that, yo, man, it's for real, man. It's for real, man. This shit will take your life, man. NYC, word up. MOBB, ACD, burn something, let's get lifty. Queens, is you with me, niggas shifty. I turn around, the kid tried to hit me. I backed him down with the 50-50. It had to been a thug in me. The tunnel banging, come and get me. The first 500 bitches free. The kid with the guard drew and let all my guards come through. Live niggas on the side of the bar, you get smacked, boo, and fuck too. Shit on me, but then fuck you. Go on with your high class ass if you want to. Out of state, you be sucking me off and breaking off. We bitch, they stallion, but my dick went soft. My mom got it locked with master lock. You get your locks picked, run up in your spot, mask and glove shit. Queens niggas involved with thug shit, you get lumped it. Quick, we in the bathroom dumping. To the 3-time losers, alcohol abusers, big money spenders and the Ebenezer Scrooges. Thugs holding fort with the 16-shot Rugers. The cream that I redeem will bring a Lexus Land Cruiser. Dominant chapter, assassin in the obsolete. And my mom comes deep and put the wind beneath your feet. My heart's harder than concrete. In urban streets, we walk beat. But still thugs carry heats. I get deeper than skin, paragraphs from within. Dear Lord, my life is trite, please forgive me for my sins. My kin, stay my kin, ain't no room for extra friends. One love to my thugs up north in the pens. Be a prophet of rage, speak my speech on stage. Lyricist, renegade, breaking down barricades. These days are getting rough. Another brother handcuffed, falling victim to the game. His lifestyle's corrupt. My crime niggas live street life. Them Queens niggas living street life. My drug niggas living street life. My street niggas living street life. Them thug niggas living street life. NYC living street life. My mob niggas living street life. What? For every rhyme I write, reality bites. My clip keeps shit virgin tight. Regulator in the moonlight, give some insight, bliss info. Doing stickers with my kick holes. My 40 for a bro that ass like over roaring infos. So protect your lifestyle, rock your best. Or get your Teflon put to the motherfucking test. Stay bent, put on point, son, you know. Stay on the low, got the back of no. When I'm on a dolo, got the guard you now, get you wanna get foul. So now I gotta put that ass back in profile. Change the character, you ain't got stamina. Nigga, get that dough, I ain't mad at you, the infamous. Handle business, gonna make mines. Forever sign shit you heard it through the grapevine. To my royal thug committees and outlaws that live the life of Frank Nitty. The big city mobs, the scene that the March is made up. God and holy skies forever watch me. The prophecy, another chapter is no stopping me. Prediction, my life story is far from fiction. Because of one time and 4 bullets to the world bring sparks of friction. I analyze this earth, so I roll with trife characters. The hardest for the world to capture, shining like a 4-carat diamond with perfect design. Phillies and 9 millies, and cool bellies forever reclining to the ship physicals in this paradox. The world is hot, and my plot is to receive grands and yachts. Until then, I be a trife individual dwelling in these days. Scorching from the D's plus the sun's rays. Dead president dreams and $1 million schemes. Killer queens, the land of the cream fiends. ACD, the world terrorist. Stainless Rugers for the intruders, and my cipher represent for Miss New York and worldwide. We penetrate your inside, diamond your drama, son. And 9 clips, so prepare for heaven's ride. ACD living street life. My ice niggas live street life. Them jewel rockin' niggas live street life. Them crack niggas living street life. Them coke selling niggas living street life. Word, NYC living street life. My man LES living street life. The whole Queensbridge living street life. Word up, son, we live street life. Know what I'm saying? Word up, ACD, Mark deep in the motherfucking. Yo. Hold me down, son. No doubt, son. Back him down, son. I got you back, son.
I once knew a nigga whose real name was William. His primary concern was making $1 million, being the illest hustler that the world ever seen. He used to fuck movie stars and sniff coke in his dreams. A corrupted young mind at the age of 13. Nigga never had a father and his mom was a fiend. She put the pipe down, but for every year she was sober. Her son's heart simultaneously grew colder. He started hanging out, selling bags in the projects, checking the young chicks looking for hit-and-run prospects. He was fascinated by material objects, but he understood money never brought respect. He built a reputation cause he could hustle and steal, but got locked once and didn't hesitate to squeal. So criminals he chilled with didn't think he was real. You see, me and niggas like this have never been equal. I don't project my insecurities on other people. He fiended for props like addicts with pipes and needles, and so he felt he had to prove to everyone he was evil. A feeble-minded young man with infinite potential, the product of a ghetto-bred capitalistic mental. Coincidentally dropped out of school to sell weed, dancing with the devil, smoked until his eyes would bleed. But he was sick of selling trees and gave in to his greed. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So Billy started robbing niggas, anything he could do to get his respect back in the eyes of his crew. Starting fights over little shit up on the block. Stepped up to selling mothers and brothers the crack rock. Working overtime, making money for the crack spot. Hit the jackpot and wanted to move up to cocaine. Fulfilling the Scarface fantasy stuck in his brain. Tired of the block niggas treating him the same. He wanted to be major like the cutthroats and the thugs. But when he tried to step to him, niggas showed him no love. They told him any motherfucking coward can sell drugs. Any bitch nigga with a gun can bust slugs. Any nigga with a red shirt can front like a blood. Even Puffy smoked the motherfucker up in the club. But only a real thug can stab someone till they die. Standing in front of them, staring straight into their eyes. Billy realized that these men were well guarded, and they wanted to test him before business started. Suggested raping a bitch to prove he was cold-hearted. So now he had a choice between going back to his life or making money with made men. Up in the sight, his dreams about cars and ice made him agree a hardcore nigga is all he ever wanted to be. And so he met them Friday night at 2:45. Everyone trying to be trife never faced the consequences. You probably only did a month for minor offenses. Ask a nigga doing life if he had another chance. But then again, there's always the wicked that knew in advance. Dance forever with the devil on a cold cell block. But that's what happens when you rape, murder, and sell rock. Devils used to be gods, angels that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. They drove around the project slow while it was raining, smoking blunts, drinking and joking for entertainment, until they saw a woman on the street walking alone, 3 in the morning, coming back from work on the way home. And so they quietly got out the car and followed her, walking through the projects. The darkness swallowed her. They wrapped her shirt around their head and knocked her onto the floor. This is it, kid, now you got your chance to be raw. So Billy yoked her up and grabbed the chick by the hair and dragged her into a lobby that had nobody there. She struggled hard, but they forced her to go up the stairs. They got to the the roof and then held her down on the ground, screaming, "Shut the fuck up and stop moving around." The shirt covered her face, but she screamed and clawed, so Billy stomped on the bitch till he broke in her jaw. Them dirty bastards knew exactly what they were doing. They kicked her until they cracked her ribs and she stopped moving, blood leaking through the cloth. She cried silently, and then they all proceeded to rape her violently. Billy was made to go first, but each of them took a turn, ripping her up and choking her until her throat burned. Her broken jaw mumbled for God, but they weren't concerned. When they were done and she was lying bloody, broken and bruised, one of them niggas pulled out a brand new 22. They told him that she was a witness for what she'd gone through, and if he killed her, he was guaranteed a spot in the crew. He thought about it for a minute, she was practically dead, and so he leaned over and put the gun right to her head.
I'm falling and I can't turn back. I'm falling and I can't turn back.
Right before he pulled the trigger and ended her life, he thought about the cocaine with the platinum and ice, and he felt strong standing along with his new brothers, cocked the gat to her head and pulled back the shirt cover. But what he saw made him start to cringe and stutter, cause he was staring into the eyes of his own mother. She looked back at him and cried cause he had forsaken her. She cried more painfully, and when they were raping her, his whole world stopped. He couldn't even contemplate. His corruption had successfully changed his fate, and he remembered how his mom used to come home late, working hard for nothing, cause now what was he worth? He turned away from the woman that had once given him birth, and crying out to the sky cause he was lonely and scared, but only the devil responded cause God wasn't there. And right then he knew what it was to be empty and cold, and so he jumped off the roof and died with no soul. They say death takes you to a better place, but I doubt it. After that they killed his mother and never spoke about it. And listen, cause the story that I'm telling is true, cause I was there with Billy Jacobs and I raped his mom too. And now the devil follows me everywhere that I go. In fact, I'm sure he's standing among one of you at my shows, in every street cipher listening to little thugs flow. He could be standing right next to you and you wouldn't know. The devil grows inside the hearts of the selfish and wicked. White, brown, yellow, and black color is not restricted. You have a self-destructive destiny when you're inflicted, and you'll be one of God's children that fell from the top. There's no diversity because we're burning in the melting pot. So when the devil wants to dance with you, you better say never, because a dance with the devil might last you forever.